Hi everyone, Matt Watson here from carwow. So I'm sat in a Honda Civic Type R. Next to me is the new Mini GP. Next to that is a Hyundai i30N Performance. And next to that is a Mount Tune Ford Focus ST. And we are going to have a hot hatch front wheel drive drag race. So let me tell you about this Honda. It has a 2-litre turbocharged petrol engine with 320 horsepower and 400 newton meters of torque. It's got a 6-speed manual gearbox. It weighs in at 1,380 kilos and costs new around £32,000. That Mini GP, it also has a 2-litre turbocharged petrol engine, though it has 306 horsepower, but 450 newton meters of torque. Quite a lightweight. It weighs in at 1,255 kilos. It costs £34,000. Part of the reason for that cost, though, is the fact that it comes with an 8-speed automatic gearbox. Now that could play to its advantage a little later on. We'll find out about that. That Hyundai i30N Performance also has a 2-litre turbocharged petrol engine. Normally, it would only have 275 horsepower, but the owner has fitted a race chip to it for just £400 and an intake for £300, so £700 all in, and that's given him 325 horsepower and 550 newton meters of torque, so money well spent. Just like the Civic, the Hyundai also has a 6-speed manual gearbox. Now the car is a bit heavier than these other two, so it weighs in at 1,429 kilos. Normally that car would cost about £30,000. However, the guy who owns it, Rory, he bought it through carwow and he got it for £21,000. Moving on to the final car, which is the Ford Focus ST as tuned by Mount Tune. So it also has a 2-litre turbocharged petrol engine. Normally the Focus ST has 280 horsepower, but because it's been tuned, it's got 330 horsepower and 515 newton meters of torque. The Ford also has a 6-speed manual gearbox. Downside to the car is the fact that it's the heaviest one here at 1,484 kilos. It costs £30,000. Now you might be wondering why we're running tuned cars against stock cars. Well, when you look at the list prices and you add in the cost of the tuning, all these cars are very similar in price. Unless of course you bought one through carwow and saved yourself a bunch of cash, which you should do. So before we race, we're going to do the sound check to see which one sounds the best. You know, turbocharged 4 cylinders. Don't expect too much, guys, but let's give it a go anyway. Here's the Civic. Oh, soft limiter on the Civic. Yeah, sounds like I'm doing my vacuuming. Now, I'll get the carpet clean. Let's do some vacuuming with the Mini. That was pretty nice. Let's have a listen to the Hyundai. Pop, bang, pop, bang, bang. Pop, pop, bang. Finally then, the Mount Tune. Blimey, it was like there's fireworks going off over there. Now let me know in the comments which car you thought sounded the best. I'm guessing you don't think it's this, because I sure as hell don't. Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's get on with the race, shall we? But before we do, please make sure you subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell icon to turn your notifications on so you don't miss a single upload. And why not follow me on Instagram? It's at Matt Watson Cars. All right, go to that. Anyway, let's do this. Before we race, I just want to make a few racing driver excuses. That Mini has a severe advantage. It's got an automatic gearbox with launch control. Piece of piss. Whereas the rest of us have got to deal with gears, clutches, wheel spin and all that kind of stuff. Speaking of which, I've decided to race in sport mode rather than the more aggressive race mode, because that way you do have some traction control, which will prevent me spinning up my front wheels and just losing a load of time. It still gives full power and everything like that, so it shouldn't make a difference. It should help me out. That's the theory. Let's find out what really happens.
3, 2, 1.
Wheel spinny. Thrash me on the gear change. Here comes the Mount Tune. My launch was pretty good and I was on the money off the line. But it just goes to show you the difference when you have a human changing the gears compared to a robot. When I changed from first to...
Gear.
Was that you in the Hyundai?
I missed a gear, went into fifth instead of third.
That's my point about humans and robots. Would you like to run it again then, Hyundai?
Yeah, go for it.
Let's do it again. Good start again. Come on, change it. Oh, slip then. Ram the second gear home. Can I hold on before these other cars come past? Come on, Honda! Woo. Clear winner. Hyundai, did you get your gear changes right that time?
Changes are right, the launch a bit too much wheel spin, but otherwise it wasn't too bad.
That GP's quick, innit?
Yeah, this thing is a bit of a monster. It's a little bit all over the place down the runway, but no denying, plenty of power.
My launch wasn't that far off yours, but then when I have to change from first to second, that whole procedure just takes up too much time and you're gone. It's game over. Now I beat the Focus off the line, I'm sure of it, but then I just saw you like gaining on me, then you came past.
Yeah, you certainly had me off the line, but once this thing gets into its stride, it's just an absolute animal. Torque steering all over the place.
So then, what exactly happened? Well, the Mini completed the standing quarter mile in 13 seconds. The Mount Tune Ford took 13.9 seconds, the Honda finished in 14 seconds, and the Hyundai came last with a quarter mile time of 14.3 seconds.
Now we're going to do a rolling race, but we're going to do it a little bit different because the Mini is obviously the only automatic car here. So it's going to be in comfort mode, in drive in its automatic gearbox. We're going to be pootling along at 40 miles an hour, but the manual cars are going to be in fifth gear. And then when I count it in, we're going to have to change down into second gear and accelerate, and he's just got to kick down with his automatic gearbox. Now all these manual cars have rev matching to make downshifts easier. The only thing is that the Honda is the only one that has rev matching when you're in comfort mode. So I have an advantage. Those guys are going to have to rev match themselves on this occasion. Let's see what happens, let's do it. Right then, come on guys, get level. Oh, it's going to be hard to do all this and hold this. Let's see what happens anyway. You ready? 3, 2, 1, go! What happened? I was slower than everyone else. Now I thought the Mini would take off. Pulling it back now though. Kinda. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Let's call it off. Bizarrely, even though I had rev matching, I did the worst job of changing down. So, Mini, what was your change down like?
In comfort mode, it isn't the snuffiest to be honest with you, but once you're gone, the power comes through and it is seriously quick.
Hyundai, your down change seemed really good.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, picked up nicely in comfort.
I just need a bit of clarification from the Ford Focus, because I think you actually managed to get off before the Ford, but does the guy in the Ford think that you might have cheated, Hyundai?
Well, I don't know if I'd go that far, but there's something special about that car if not, because that thing flew off like it came out the barrel of a shotgun. I think realistically these two cars, once you get up above about 130, they're pretty evenly matched.
I'm not so sure whether the guy in the Hyundai was probably a little bit kind of preemptive on my countdown, but maybe that's just because I'm a sore loser because I got thrashed. 1, go! 1, go! Anyway, let's take all the gear changing nonsense out of the equation and just look at sheer engine power. Now we're going to do the rolling race again. This time we're going to do it for 50 miles an hour with the cars in their sportiest setting, and we're going to be in third gear, so no downshift. This is all about the engines, the response and performance. Let's call it in. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, bit of lag, bit of lag. Lag, 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 lag. Put this down, out the way. Now what's happening? I think it's over. This seemed to just have more lag than the others. It wasn't far behind, but they do have a bit more power, and it wasn't a massive difference, apart from for the Mini. That's just buggers off. Once again, Mini, you thrashed the field, right?
Yeah, lovely throttle response in the sporty GP mode, and once you're up and running, the gearbox really is like snappy as. It's really, really nice.
That Hyundai really picked up nicely, didn't it?
Yeah, picked up well. The new intake helps.
Yeah, that helps his throttle response. Ford, I think you and I were pretty even-ish. I think you might have got ahead of me a little bit, but then you start to pull and increase your lead slightly.
Yeah, absolutely. We were level pegging for a little bit there, but then this thing just goes. Your only problem is torque steer, really.
Right, now we're going to have a brake test. 70 miles an hour, hit the line, full emergency stop. What is going to happen? I do not know. Here's the line. Smack it. Smack it. I've been driving automatics for so long. I was left foot braking, but my left foot was over the clutch. So I just floored the clutch and was like, have the brakes broken? No, they haven't. It's my brain that's broken. I think we need to try that again. Here we go, here comes the line. Oh, and then I just cheated, I did it too soon. Here comes the line. I did a better job that time. I knew this Honda had it in it. Quite a clear result. Honda wins, then the Mini, then the Hyundai, and then the Ford Focus. But that is just for the brake test. In the acceleration test, the clear winner is the new Mini GP. Now, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and comment below of some other video drag races you'd like us to do. Also, if you haven't done so already, please make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon to turn your notifications on. That way you won't miss a single upload. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.